Hello, good evening. I'm just going to wait for a bit and watch for people to join in, and sometimes takes a few minutes for people to log in and check in and so on. So it's a whole new atmosphere. We are now in the lower level of Robertson Wesley United Church, where we are live streaming live from the actual art studio that we have not been in for a long time together as a community. I just thought it would be nice for everybody to see the art studio. For those of you who are familiar with it, it'll be nice to see it again. Hi, Richard. And for those of you who have only been tuning into the live stream on Facebook, you'll have an idea of what the community-based art studio looks like. I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction about the art studio, and then a little bit of a tour around the room, and then we will carry on with our art night. I'm going to be doing something similar to our last session, carrying on with Brave Intuitive Painting with author Flora Bowley, and just taking ideas from her, referencing her, and just having some fun with doing art very intuitively, and just enjoying the process, getting involved, putting on some music, and just seeing where it goes as we just get the paint out and get started. So I'm going to walk you through that process, and but first I'm going to just explain a little bit about our community studio. So it is a place where people come together. All people are welcome, of all ages, and it's very inclusive. It's in the lower level of Robertson Wesley, and there's barrier-free access, and it's just a really warm, friendly environment where we get together and create art together. And it's nice to see you. Hi, Pam. And so the community-based art studio is about finding connection creatively, and just building community, building friendships. It's really been, I think, important for people who are wanting to find new connections, new friendships for various reasons. People who move into the area, who haven't been in the city for long, and other people who just want to find out more about art and more about how it can be a great outlet for self-expression. And so as people come together and share ideas, it just becomes a really great environment for doing that. So this is the art studio, the Spirited Art Studio. And Spirited gets its name from RWUC, our Robertson Wesley United Church Spirited. That is the The name of the church, Inspirited, is, I guess you could say, it's the mission of the church, and to be, I don't know, I could talk more about that, but so it is a Spirited Art Studio, and glad you're here. Thanks for being here tonight. So I am going to flip the phone around and sort of give you a bit of a walk around and show you the studio, and then we will get on with, I will show you my process of, again, doing some more brave intuitive painting, or we could say spirited painting, and just getting really involved in process and just allowing the creativity to flow and being less concerned about what the end product or result is going to be. So tonight, that's what's going to be different, is being here in the studio as opposed to where I have been since March, which was in my kitchen. So that's going to be different. And tonight also I'm going to be working with this large canvas behind me, which is going to be really fun and different than being working with smaller canvases on my tabletop in my kitchen. And so that's the wonderful thing that the studio allows, is for working with big work and allowing for, paint to fall on the floor. We have a painted concrete floor in here, which is ideal for art of many kinds. So, hi Richard. Yeah, I miss you too. And I think I can say the same thing. I miss everybody and look forward to when we can come together and be together in person. That's for sure. Yeah, but we're looking forward to doing some different things in the fall. Possibly getting together, doing some Zoom while we continue to wait till we can be here together in the actual studio. So, Pan, you didn't know that was where Spirited came from. Yes, that is. And yeah, there was a bit of interesting story about the way that just sort of evolved. But yeah, and this is the canvas that we're going to be working on, and that's behind me. And I guess I'm going to figure out how I can rotate my phone here. So I'm looking at, oh, there, I can see it now. So I'm just going to rotate my phone and give you a bit of a tour of this studio. So it's a fairly nice big room. It's got these two doors because I think there used to be a dividing wall in between them, and there were two smaller rooms. And so we've got the cabinets over here that are full of supplies, and they're full and overflowing because we continue to have wonderful donations coming in of more and more art supplies, and so we have an overabundance, and so we have other supplies out here in other shelving, and that's our bulletin board where we tend to put up some artwork. And let me see, what else can I show you? So this is our coffee tea corner, where people tend to bring snacks sometimes, and we boil the kettle and make tea. And yeah, I'm hoping that you'll enjoy seeing this. Brad, our facilities manager, has been overseeing some renovations here in mostly painting, I think, but they've taken the doors off the studio temporarily, so that's why you're seeing the door leaning against the wall right now. And this one is leaning against the cabinet, and you can see it's got a chalk finish. The chalk is fun because we can write quotes, or we can doodle and draw diagrams, particularly if somebody is sharing a creative idea. Sometimes it can be helpful to have a chalkboard. And this is another chalkboard where just welcomes everybody and asks everybody to enjoy yourselves, but help yourself to materials, but please put them back where you found them. Thank you. Yeah, and so this is where we have supplies like pencils and pens and scissors, glue and tape, crayons, and miscellaneous, the mysterious miscellaneous in the bottom drawer. Of course, we have to have that. And we've got this is our project shelf over here in this corner. So we've got interesting different projects going on. Those books are what we call altered books, and people were working on projects doing those altered books, and they would leave them here in between art nights or art afternoons, depending when they would be here. And yeah, there's a few other odds and ends of art projects, but some people would leave them here and others would take them home. We have some cool little rocks where we did rock painting. So there you can see those. Again, most people have taken theirs home, but we have some. Here's another one that's sitting in here, kind of a neat rock with stars. So if you're watching and you haven't been in the studio for a while, welcome back. Glad you're dropping in. Yeah, there's a really cool rock there. You might recognize yours and some of the painting. And other paintings and interesting collage we have here. And we would hang them over the doors here with clotheslines. So that was fun. So this is it. This is our art studio. And this is the canvas that I'm working on today. So I've started off with just some big words, and I thought it would be fun. I'll tell you how I got those words. So it's friendship, love, heartfelt hugs. So I just picked up this package of rubber stamps, and I like those words, and so I decided to make them really big and put them on the canvas. Oh, you recognize your rock pan. That's great. Your dotted rock. Yeah, I was disappointed I didn't find any leftover snacks, but I guess we can look forward to more soon. Oh, Pan, you're in Edmonton. You're back in Edmonton. That's great to hear. So I'm going to get started now. So I'm just going to flip the phone around, but this way you can see the words friendship, love, heartfelt hugs. And I added hugs to the end, and I think it's just because that's one thing that I think I missed the most about during this COVID-19 time is just not be able to give hugs to family and friends that I care about. So I'm missing that. So it kind of seemed to me like it was the right word to add to the end of these 3 words. So now I'm going to continue. I'm going to put on some music and I'm going to get into the process of painting. I've got these different kinds of colors. I've decided I'm going to go mostly with the warm colors. I'm hoping that I've got I'm loud enough on my speakers. I think I might have accidentally turned it down. But anyways, these are the different paints. So I'm going to be using mostly these yellows and reds, and I'm going to mix them up and have all yellows, oranges, and reds and magenta and warm tones on this canvas for my first layer. So that's what I'm focusing on tonight, is just the first layer. So I'm going to get going with that, and so I'll put on some music and you can just enjoy watching. So before I'll just quickly explain, and I see that the charge on this phone is low, and so if it goes off, I will just add. I think what I'll do is just turn on a different device and keep going if that happens. So I just want to let you know. So I've got these different tools that I can use with doing this kind of intuitive process. So these different sizes of foam brushes, and this fork can make just some neat mark making. And then there's this palette knife, and this knife works well. Spatula, an actual paintbrush, of course, got to have at least one paintbrush. And I've got a couple more that are soaking. And these ones that are soaking are because I use them to create this lettering, these words on here. And I was using a very flowy paint, a paint that has a very liquid consistency. And you add medium to it that is a pouring medium, you can see here. And as you do that, then that's what caused the dripping effect. And then I just decided to take a brush and just brush through the drips and create this effect. So that just kind of happens arbitrarily, and that is what's fun about brave intuitive painting, is just allowing things to happen like drips and then choosing what to do next once you see what's happened. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I'm going to put on Enya because it was really popular before, and it's one of my favorite albums, Enya Watermark, and then I'm just going to get going. So we'll talk to you in a bit. Just trying to figure, oh yeah. Here we go. Switch the camera back to like selfie mode so that you can watch me as I paint. And I'm going to put on my music and get started. to mention I have a spray bottle, and that's a really fun tool, it looks like. Oh, I like what's happening. Okay, I think I'm going to stop there. I'm liking how it's looking right now. And so I'm just going to switch the around again and just give you one last glance so you can see how the words are integrating with the paint. So I love to paint. I'm having a blast, and I hope you have enjoyed watching as much as I have been enjoying painting. And I just wanted to share with you a really great quote that I was inspired with today. It's from Howard Thurman. So the quote is, don't ask what the world needs. Ask yourself what makes you come alive and do that. Because the world needs people who come alive. So there you go. That inspired me, and this is what makes me feel alive, and I enjoy it, and so I enjoy sharing it with you. So have a great night. And so here is the painting. Oh, I still need to switch it around here. So there we go. That is how it looks. So, yeah, there it is. So that's it. And so on Wednesday, I'm going to continue working on this canvas and putting other layers of colors and using stencils and other tools and creating more layers and seeing what we want to leave behind and what we want to paint over top of. So it's going to be a process of layers, just making decisions on how much I do with each layer and when enough layers are finished. So thank you everybody for joining in